Universal Sword God Chapter 1, Jinya Genius. It faces the city in the east and is located in the westernmost part of Lank County. Looking to the east, see Jingjia. Jingjiawi is famous all over the world. Jingjiaqiang, Jingjiawang, Jingjia's talent is far-reaching. 20 years ago, these two sentences spread across the city, even a 3-year-old child knew. The origin of these two sentences is because the Jing family had a martial arts genius, Jing Yan. Jing Yan stepped into martial arts at the age of 5, became a martial artist at the age of 6 at the age of 6, became a martial artist at the age of 6 at martial arts, and became a martial artist at the age of 12 at the age of 12. Realm strong. I must know that in the entire east facing the city, the number of innate realms is not large. Even in the several large families facing the city in the east, the innate realm is only about 10 people. The appearance of a 14-year-old congenital poorman, which shakes the entire east facing the city, is inevitable. When Jing Yan was 16 years old, he successfully entered Shenfeng College, one of the 3 major colleges in Lank County. He is also the only martial artist who has entered the 3 major colleges in the past 10 years. At that time, the brilliance of Jing Yan radiated to the entire east facing the city. He was the glory of the Jing family and was hung by every Jing family child every day. Although only 16 years old, Jing Yan was already a role model for countless young warriors in the east of the city. However, just a year ago, Jing Yan was expelled from Shenfeng Academy and had to return to the family. It is rare that I enter the Shenfeng Academy for training, but are forcibly evicted. Therefore, as soon as the news spread, not only was Jing Yan himself ridiculed by the warriors in the east, but even the Jing family was the subject of ridicule by others after their meal. But the reason for Jing Yan's deportation was the fall of the martial arts realm. Yes, less than half a year after entering Shenfeng College, Jing Yan's martial arts not only did not continue to improve, but fell, from the innate realm, directly into the martial arts 9 heavens realm. This is just the beginning. In the subsequent period, almost every month, Jing Yan's martial arts level will fall. Up to now, Jing Yan has only repaired the martial arts triple sky realm. When he first returned to the family, the senior figures of the Jing family also held several meetings for Jing Yan. They wanted to find the reason for Jing Yan's realm to fall, but in the end they failed. The Jing family expended a lot of resources and could not stop Jing Yan's martial arts realm from falling, so he had to give up in the end. Now the Jing family again refers to Jing Yan, and the loudest sound is a heavy helpless sigh. The star that used to be the brightest is now in the spot where no one cares. Jing Yan lives in a separate courtyard of the Jingjing family house. When Jing Yan was dazzling at first, there were warriors from Jing family visiting Jing Yan every day. But now, the whole courtyard is dead, and it seems that no trace of the bird can be seen. In the room, Jing Yanpan sat on the bed. Who? Jiang Yan, who had just been working for a week, slowly opened his eyes, and a bitter smile appeared in the corner of his mouth. It's still like that. Jing Yan shook his head gently. The vitality just cultivated will soon disappear without a trace. What's wrong with it? Wu Jingyan was helpless. Now, every time I practice gong cultivation, I also have vitality, but every time I generate energy, it disappears without a trace within the breathing time after the end of Yun Gong, as if it never happened. The martial arts practitioners practice exercises. The normal situation is to generate vitality, and then store the vitality in the body. With more vigor, the martial arts level will gradually improve. But Jing Yan's body was like a hole in the bottom of a bottle, and no more vitality could be saved. No matter how much energy you cultivate, it will flow away from this cave. Wu Jingyan himself did not know what the reason was. This happened during the 3rd month of entering Shenfeng Academy. At the beginning, Jing Yan didn't pay much attention, but in a few months, the realm fell from congenital to martial arts. It is something wrong with his body. If an ordinary person experiences such a big ups and downs, I'm afraid he has abandoned himself, but Jing Yan hasn't. He never even thought of giving up martial arts. Even if the realm keeps falling, Jing Yan still insists on practicing daily. Even if the vitality cultivated every day can only keep a few breaths, he never slackens for a day. Did I really become an ordinary person? Jing Yan glanced at the twilight sky. No. I don't believe it. I can definitely regain my strength and return to the top. Continue to practice. Jing Yan stood up, moved a little, and immediately sat down again to continue his exercises. Time is flowing, slowly passing away, the night gradually dissipates, and the dawn of the dawn pours down. Throughout the night, Jing Yan had practiced the exercises for 6 full days and cultivated a lot of vitality. Don't disappear, don't disappear. At the same time I received my merits, Jing Yan was silently thinking. Well, still the same. Feeling that the vitality just cultivated disappeared at an alarming rate, Jing Yan shook his head again. In fact, he also knows that the possibility of staying strong is very low, but after each exercise, Jing Yan will give himself a hope. I hope to be destroyed again and again, and then again and again www.mtlnovel.com and so on. Okay. When Jing Yan was about to get up and move to the bones in the yard, his mind moved a little and he noticed an unusual feeling. This time the vital energy dissipated does not seem to be exactly the same as before. How is this going? Wu Jingyan's gaze quickly fell on a ring worn on his finger. This ring, called Qiankanji, is more than a year old, and Jing Yan's grandfather left it to him. Jing Yan's grandfather Sidam, who was the owner of the Jing family before his death, died a year ago. When Jing Tian died, Jing Yan was next to Jing Tian. Jing Tian personally handed over the ring to Jing Yan, asking him to keep it safe and not to lose it. Although Jing Tian did not say what the ring meant, Jing Yan knew that this ring was extremely important. So after getting the Qiankuan ring, Jing Yan never took the Qiankuan ring off his finger. He always wore it regardless of eating or sleeping. After this Qiankuan ring fell into Jing Yan's hands, there have never been any unusual changes. At this moment, on the ring of Qiankuan, there was a slight flash of milky halo. Because the ring has never changed in this way, Jing Yan frowned slightly and stared at Qiankanji. He could feel a faint warmth from the ring. At the beginning, the feeling of warmth just stayed near the palm of the hand, but after a few breaths, the feeling of warmth spread through the whole body of Jing Yan. The yellowish halo emitted from the ring's surface not only showed no signs of disappearing, but instead became more and more abundant. Universal Sword God Chapter 2, Luck. What happened? Wu Jingyan was in a tight heart. He quickly urged Aura to protect himself. Although his realm continued to fall, at this time there were still martial arts practices, and Aura was quite powerful. However, when Jing Yan tried hard to stimulate the vitality to the body surface, he found that his vitality was actually swallowed directly by the milky yellow light. I discovered this, and Jing Yan was a little flustered. What people fear most is usually the unknown. At this moment, Jing Yan had no idea what the creamy light that envelopes his body was. However, despite a little panic, Jing Yan was still able to stay calm, because so far, the milky yellow light has not harmed his body, other than consuming the energy he urged to absorb it. Boom! When Jing Yan thought and turned to think about what to do, suddenly a terrible energy slammed into Jing Yan's mind. Almost instantly, Jing Yan's whole body was soaked with sweat. When this terrible energy poured into Jing Yan's mind, the pain was like heartbreaking, as if to tear Jing Yan's head apart. That pain, as if from the depths of the soul, is not tolerable by ordinary human beings. Even Jing Jing bit his teeth rattling and his lips were bitten and bleeding. Alas, this pain is coming fast and going fast. Before the breathing time, the pain disappeared as if the tide had disappeared. Wu Jingyan looked at his room. At this time, the milky halo emanating from Qiankuan ring also disappeared as if it had never appeared. Did I hallucinate? Wu Jingyan was not sure if what he had just seen and realized was true, but this suspicion was subsequently expelled by what he found in his mind. What's this again? How did it get into my mind? Jing Yan's eyes widened. The extra thing in his mind is like a part of memory, but this part of memory, Jing Yan can be sure that it definitely does not belong to him. But now, this part of memory seems to have merged with his own memory. However, when Jing Yan wanted to see this part of the memory clearly, he was a little bit confused, as if something had happened for a long time, and the memory was a bit vague and not so real. Although I can't see the details of this part of the memory, it can be vague, and Jing Yan also has a part of it. The first magic skill in the sky, Wu Jingyan found these words in part of his memory. Yes, little guy, it seems that you have a good understanding ability. In the current state, you can understand a part. At this time, a voice came from behind Jing Yan. Hearing the sound, Jing Yan's whole body shook and his face went white. Because Jing Yan never expected that there was another person in his room, he didn't even know when this person entered his room. Wu Jingyan can determine one thing, that is, the door and window of his room have not been opened. Jing Yan's realm has fallen a lot, but if someone wants to enter his room, he must also open the door or window, and once the door or window is opened, he will never be unaware. So, how did this person come in? Ha! Wu Jingyan turned around and took a quiet breath, doing his best to calm down his mind. When Wu Jingyan turned around, he saw a white-haired old man with a smile on his face and stared at himself. Who are you? Jing Yan looked at the white-haired old man. He didn't know the old man. In his memory, it seemed that there was no such elder in the family. While talking, Jing Yan secretly wanted to investigate the strength of the white-haired old man, but he did not gain anything. In other words, either the white-haired old man is an ordinary person, or the realm has reached a high level, so that he can't detect it at all. I must know that Jing Yan had also stepped into the innate realm before. The five senses are quite powerful. If he wants to make him unaware of him, it is definitely not something that ordinary martial arts can do. Hey, don't be nervous, little guy, I'm not malicious to you. The white-haired old man said with a smile. My name is Tianshui. You can call my name Tianshui, or you can call me a senior. I don't care about the elderly. As for my origin. Tianshui pointed at the ring worn by Jing Yan's hand. Actually, I have only one strand of soul left, and my soul has remained in this Qianquan ring. Speaking of it, thanks to your little fellow who opened the seal of Qianquan ring, otherwise I don't know when I will fall asleep. Wow, it's still good outside air. My old man can often go outside to ventilate. Tianshui said slowly, his expression was uplifted. I opened the seal of Qian Kunji. Jing Yan froze slightly. When Wu Jingyan first obtained the Qianquan ring from the grandfather Jingtian, he actually had a feeling that this Qianquan ring was not simple, but he never thought that it was a seal ring. Now listening to this Tianshui www.mtlnovel.com, it seems that it is precisely because he opened the seal of Qianquan ring, so the milky halo appeared on Qianquan ring just now. So, the extra things in my mind should be brought to me by Qian Kunji. Yes, it is indeed that you opened the seal of Qianquan ring. To open the seal, you need to absorb some energy. During this period of time, you have continued to infuse Qianquan ring with vitality, and only today have the seal opened. Tianshui said with narrowed eyes. What? Did my realm keep falling because of this ring? Jing Yan was very intelligent at first, and immediately thought of the reason for his inexplicable fall. He looked angrily at Tianshui. If it wasn't for this ring that kept absorbing its own energy, how could it have fallen into the realm and how could it have been expelled from the Shenfeng Academy? It is all because of this ring that I fell into this dilemma today. As soon as Ji Jingyan's thoughts moved, he immediately understood that his realm began to fall, indeed because he got this Qianquan ring from Grandpa Jingtian. It's just that Jing Yan never doubted that a ring could absorb his own energy, so he didn't think about the cause at all. Haha, little guy, you are lucky. However, this is also doomed. The seal of Qianquan ring cannot be opened by ordinary people, and it must meet extremely complicated conditions. Let's not talk about this, you just need to know that you good luck. Tianshui said with blinking eyes. Going to the Grand Canal? Jing Yan breathed his breath and rolled his eyes. I only have the martial arts of the threefold martial arts, do you actually say that I am in the Grand Canal? Universal Sword God Chapter 3, The First Magic Skill of the Sky. Tong Jingyan entered the innate realm at the age of 14, and at the age of 16 she entered the Shenfeng College, one of the three major colleges in Lang County. How dazzling! Because of this unlucky ring, my realm is constantly falling, almost to a waste. If a person who is slightly less determined will experience such a thing, I am afraid he has gone crazy. Now, the old man named Tianshui said that he was in luck. Where did Nima come from? If it wasn't for the mysterious identity of the other party, Jing Yan had the urge to slap in the past. Of course. Tian Shui saw Jing Yan's complexion, he grinned and smiled, "Little guy, don't worry. Do you know the origin of this Qinquan ring?" "The origins of Qinquan ring? I only know that this is a relic left by my grandfather, and my grandfather told me to keep it carefully." Jing Yan looked at the ring on his finger and wondered whether he should take it off. However, from Tian Shui's words, it can be heard that the seal of Qinquan ring has been opened, which means that the ring has absorbed enough vitality, and it should no longer need to absorb the vitality in its own body in the future. Then, you can cultivate your realm again. The ring is indeed left by your grandpa, but the origin of this ring is not so simple. Tian Shui said, squinting. What is the origin of the Qinquan ring? Jing Yan was not really interested in the origin of the ring. He found the cause of his fall, and the thing he wants to do now is to hurry up and cultivate. However, the old man named Tian Shui seemed quite extraordinary in front of him, and he could hide his own soul in the ring. Before his death, he must have been a very powerful warrior. 4,000 years ago, the owner of this ring was me. And I, 4,000 years ago, was the strongest in this continent. Tian Shui said with a smile. What? Jing Yan heard the words, his pupils narrowed, his eyes narrowed slightly. Sting him for a while, really did not respond. Tian Shui in front of you said that, 4,000 years ago, he was the first power on this continent. What is this concept? How big is Tianyuan continent? Jing Yan has never heard of it. Someone can walk the whole continent again. Not to mention a continent. Even in Lank County, few people can go there, right? It is said that there are 99 counties on the Tianyuan continent. Lank County is just a very common county. Even the first strongest player in Lank County, that status is enough to surprise and admire countless people. So how strong is the mainland's first strongest? Of course, although I was the owner of this ring 4,000 years ago, I was not the one who made it. After I got this ring, I also got the hidden technique in the ring, which is what you just touched. Tian Shui looked at Jing Yan, booing a little, seeming to remember the past. First skill in the sky. Jing Yan blinked. The information he came into contact with was very vague, and he could only see a small amount of content. The words, the first magic skill in the sky, were sandwiched between these messages. Yes. Tian Shui nodded, this is an extremely divine skill, I don't know what kind of realm I will achieve after fully comprehending this technique. But I can be sure, as long as I can understand the sky first, the triple front of the magical power can set the peak of the entire continent. Because that year, I realized the triple power method and became the first strongest in the mainland. I can vaguely feel that after this exercise, there are at least 3, or even more. Tian Shui's eyes were dignified. You don't need to know these things now, you just need to know that you have already obtained this exercise. In other words, you have the potential to become the number 1 in the mainland. For 4,000 years after me, you are the first person to open the seal of Qinquan. This ring has been passed on from generation to generation. I don't know how many hands have experienced it, but no one has ever been able to open the seal, including your grandfather Sidam. Tian Shui was a little emotional. Okay. No, you are not saying that you have been sleeping, so how do you know my grandpa? Jing Yan suddenly thought that Tian Shui said that he had awakened him by opening the ring seal. Joke, although I am in a drowsiness, this does not mean that I know nothing about what is happening outside. When I am asleep, I can also passively sense what is happening outside. Tian Shui rolled his eyes at Jing Yan. Little guy, I'm a bit tired, now you get the exercises, hurry up and try to practice. I promise you will like it. Then, Tian Shui disappeared in front of Jing Yan. Tian Shui is just a ray of spirits now, he didn't tell Jing Yan that his ray of spirits is in disintegration all the time. Had it not been for the birth of the Qinquan ring, this ray of his soul would have disappeared long ago. However, although Qinquan Jie has the effect of cultivating spirits, it only delays the dissipating speed of his spirits. Sooner or later, he will disappear completely between heaven and earth. Tian Shui disappeared before and after. Jing Yan looked at the room, and he could not find the trace of Tian Shui. He looked at the Qinquan ring in his hand again, and realized that the spirit of Tian Shui should be returned to the Qinquan ring. Wu Jingyan didn't know whether Tianshui was true or not, but he didn't know why. He didn't think Tianshui had deceived him. Of course, even if Tianshui deceived him, he could not fight back. Anyway, the practice is hidden in the Qiankun ring, and now it has been accepted by him. After a little groaning, Jing Yan calmed down, converged, and tried to operate the first magic skill of the sky just obtained. He learned very little, but after working hard, it still worked barely. Boom! This operation www.mtlnovel.com. Jing Yan was startled immediately. Because the exercises only work a little, the vitality in his body surges like boiling water, which is definitely not something that ordinary exercises can do. Wu Jingyan's previous practice has been considered quite good, but compared with the first magic skill of the sky just obtained, that practice is simply rubbish. But if he could not breathe for a while, Jing Yan felt that he had touched the barriers of the martial arts triple sky again, that is, he was not far from the martial arts triple sky. After half an hour of operation, Jing Yan stopped. I opened my eyes, and Jing Yan's excitement was mixed with a little emotion. He was excited because this technique was really powerful. Using this technique to practice, his speed of progress could scare people. The emotion is because he has no spirit stone on his body. If there were some spiritual stones, Jing Yan felt that he might return to the fourfold heaven of martial arts within one day. Although the first magic skill of Qianqiang is powerful, it can't change its vitality for nothing. He still needs resources to provide vitality. Where do you find the spirit stone? Wu Jingyan shook his head slightly. If Grandpa is still alive, he can go to Grandpa for spirit stone. And now, although he is the grandson of the previous patriarch, nowadays, his position in the family is already awkward. A few days ago, Jing Yan even heard the sound of driving him out of the family home. In this case, it is difficult for him to obtain cultivation resources from the family treasure house. Universal Sword God Chapter 4, Contrast. He is not only a spiritual resource such as spiritual stone, but even the weapons used by Jing Yan were forcibly taken back by the family. Because his realm has fallen too much, the family doesn't think he needs to use such good weapons. How do I get a lot of spirit stones? I want to raise the realm as soon as possible, and there will be no fewer. Jing Yan frowned. Ugh. I thought that at the beginning, I hardly worry about resources, but now it is difficult to get even a spirit stone. Jing Yan sighed slightly and shook his head. Yes, tomorrow is a monthly strength test for the family. Any family member of any test can get some resources. Well, this test, I will take it too. Jing Yan's eyes lightened slightly. Although he said that with the cultivation of his current martial arts, he won't get too much resources, but no matter how small the mosquitoes are, they cannot be wasted. Overnight, the moment passed. Around 8 o'clock the next day, Jing Yan came to the Yanwatang of the family. At this time, many members of the family have already arrived here in Yanwu Hall. The strength test once a month, the average family member, as long as there is time, will not miss. Because no matter how low the state is, even if only the martial arts practice, as long as you take the test, you can get the spirit stone. Just how much? When Shi Jingyan appeared in Yanwatang, he immediately attracted a lot of attention. Because, for a long time before, Jing Yan has never been to Yanwu Hall. So his sudden arrival surprised many people. Isn't that Jing Yan? Why is Jing Yan here? Is he going to take the family test? In the past, he didn't need to take such a test. The family's resources could be obtained at will as long as he needed. Hey, now there is no way to compare with the old one. The old patriarch is no longer there, and his realm continues to fall, leaving only the martial arts triple repair practice. Even we are not as good as it is. It's not normal for us to take the test. Looking for a spirit stone. I don't know, what is his mood now? Before, we only had the qualification to look up to him, now. In the hall, there was a sound of discussion, which came into Jing Yan's ears. Jing Yan, as if he didn't hear anything, he found a place at random, waiting for the test to begin. He waited for a while, and an elder of the family appeared, and he put a black spar in front of him. This black spar is a tool for testing the realm of martial arts. The elder in charge this time is the 5 elders of the family, Jing Yuxiang. Today's quiz, start now. The elder's eyes slowly glanced at the entire Yanwu hall. Whoever I to be called, come up to test the realm. Ha! The elder's eyes moved slowly, and suddenly moved slightly, because he saw Jing Yan. His eyes stayed on Jing Yan's body for a moment, but he did not say anything, then moved away again. If you put it in the past, the elder will immediately smile when he sees Jing Yan, and kindly greets Jing Yan. Now, when I see it, I don't see it. It is obvious how far Jing Yan's status has slipped. Jingrong, come and take the test. Yes. A young man in black hurriedly walked towards the black spar. Jingrong, the 6th heavenly realm of martial arts, good. Keep up the effort to break through to the 7th heavenly realm of martial arts as soon as possible. The elder nodded slightly, encouraging the young man in black to say. 20 spirit stones reward. The elder waved his hand and sent a small pile of spirit stones to Jingrong. Thank you, elders. Jingrong thankful with a smile on his face. Jing Dongyu, Wudao 5-fold heaven realm, reward 10 spirit stones. Jingming River, Budo 6th heaven realm, reward 20 spirit stones. Each of the children of the Jing family completed the quizzes and received a reward from the spirit stone. At this time, a blue figure entered from outside into Yanwatang. Although the test is still going on, the young man in blue has attracted a lot of attention when he appeared. This young man in blue is called Jing Chuanling, Chuanling. Brother Chuanling. Meet Chuanling brother. Many children in the grand hall greeted Jing Chuanling with enthusiasm. When Tong Jingyan and Jing Chuanling entered Yanwatang, both attracted a lot of attention, but the treatment of the two was completely incomparable. Tong Jingchuanling nodded slightly, and slowly walked forward in the greeting. What? Brother Jing Yan. Jing Chuanling suddenly saw Jing Yan, his eyes were slightly fixed, then a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth, and he stepped forward to Jing Yan. Jing Yan brother, have you come to take the strength test? Jing Chuanling looked at Jing Yan. Yeah, let me take a test. Jing Yan also looked at Jing Chuanling, and nodded with a smile. Before, Jing Yan and Jing Chuanling's relationship was very close. Jing Chuanling often followed Jing Yan. Many people in the family at that time said secretly that Jing Chuanling would make flattery and would like Jing Yan. It is also a fact that Jing Chuanling has gained a lot of benefits from Jing Yan. However, after Jing Yan was forcibly expelled from Shenfeng College and returned to the family, Jing Chuanling was not so affectionate with Jing Yan. Even since Jing Yan returned to his family for so long, Jing Chuanling has only seen Jing Yan once. Wu Jingyan also knows that Jing Chuanling has alienated himself. Jing Yan brother, you are the first genius of our Jing family. Not only Jing family www.mtlnovel.com is the entire Donglin city, you are also the first genius. Jing Yan brother, don't be discouraged, I believe you I can definitely return to the innate. Jing Chuanling took a breath, nodded and said to Jing Yan. I hope so. Jing Yan laughed. Jing Yan, come and take a test. 5 elders, at this time called Jing Yan's name. The martial arts triple realm, Jing Yan, these are 2 spirit stones, hold it, use it carefully. After the Jing Yan test was completed, the 5 elders reported the state of Jing Yan loudly, and then took out 2 spirit stones. Throw to Jing Yan. Sure enough is the triple realm of martial arts. Huh, Jing Yan's current practice is it the bottom of the family's peers? It's. I don't know how he is embarrassed to test his strength. If I were, I would have no face to appear here. As soon as Wu Jingyan finished the test, a laughter burst into the lobby. Listening to these harsh sounds, Jing Yan just smiled bitterly, holding 2 spirit stones, and walked silently toward the outside. Wow! Wow, martial arts 8th realm, brother Chuanling, progressed again. Chuanling is terrific. The last test was still the martial arts 7th heaven realm, and now it is the martial arts 8th heaven realm. I do and think it will take long for Chuanlinga to break through to the Budo 9 heaven realm and then enter the innate realm. Chuanling, it's amazing. When Wu Jingyan walked to the main entrance of Yanwatang, he heard applause behind him. Universal Sword God Chapter 5, Warm and Cold. In this congratulation, Jing Jingchuanling smiled and turned her eyes to the main entrance of Yanwu Hall. When she saw Jing Yan going out, her mouth turned away. The eyes narrowed slightly, and the curvature of the corners of the mouth became larger. Jing Chuanling, you are very good. I remember that 3 months ago, you just stepped into the realm of Budo's 7th heaven, and in just 3 months, you changed into the realm of Budo's 7th heaven. Good work, entered the realm of the 9th heaven of Budo as soon as possible. The 5 elders also praised Jing Chuanling, the 200 spirit stones are your reward. The 5 elders Jing Yuxiang handed a bag to Jing Chuanling, his eyes were full of love. Thank you Elder 5. Jing Chuanling took the bag full of spirits. With a look of envy, Jing Chuanling walked aside, and he did not leave Yanwatang immediately. Here, he could enjoy the compliments of many family children. He liked this feeling. Reward for 200 spirit stones. At this time, Jing Yan had already appeared in Wutang, but in the end, he also heard the family reward that Jing Chuanling received this month. I only have 2 spirit stones. 2 spirit stones are definitely not enough to support me to enter the realm of the fourfold martial arts. Jing Yan shook his head slightly. Well, I never thought of it. I also worry about Jing Yan's lack of spirit stones. I knew that you should accumulate more spiritual stones. I went back to my residence, and Jing Yan operated the first skill of the sky again. Although the martial arts method is powerful, but there is no spiritual stone, Jing Yan wants a lot of time to break through the realm of the fourfold martial arts. After an hour, Jing Yan left his courtyard and headed for Jing Chuanling's residence. Along the way, I encountered many children of the Jing family, but few people said hello to Jing Yan. More, it was a distant glance at Jing Yan, and then an embarrassing smile appeared. Jing Yan brother. When Jing Jingyan entered the courtyard of Jing Chuanling, he saw several children sitting in the courtyard. But Jing Chuanling immediately saw Jing Yan. Oh, Jing Yan brother please sit down. Jing Chuanling stood up and greeted Jing Yan with a smile. No, I'm here, I want to tell you something. Jing Yan looked at the people present, all of them are good children of the Jing family, the strength is not bad, the worst is the martial arts 7th realm. None of these people stood up when they saw Jing Yan. If you put it in the past, it will never be the case. As soon as Jing Yan appears, these people will surely get up and greet immediately. But now, Jing Yan can only sigh a warm and cold feeling. Jing Yan brother, what are you doing? Just say, as long as I can do it. Jing Chuanling said boldly. Seeing Jing Chuanling's attitude, Jing Yan nodded slightly. Chuanling, come here, let's talk a few words. Jing Yan beckoned to Jing Chuanling. Jing Chuanling's brows frowned slightly, but immediately she smiled and came to Jing Yan. Chuanling, I am practicing now, I lack some spirit stones, don't know if you can lend me some money. Jing Yan came to Jing Chuanling, just wanted to borrow some spirit stones. It makes sense, because Jing Chuanling previously borrowed the spirit stone from him, and Jing Yan himself could not remember the quantity, anyway, there were at least a few thousand. The spirit stone borrowed by Jing Chuanling has never been returned. Jing Yan lacks a spirit stone now, of course, it is appropriate to find Jing Chuanling. Lingsher. Good to say. Jing Chuanling hardly hesitated. Jing Yan brother, there are 5 spirit stones here, you take them. Jing Chuanling took out the 5 spirit stones and handed them to Jing Yan. Ji Rao is Jing Yan's so calm personality. When he saw the 5 spirit stones handed over by Jing Chuanling, his face changed a little. This Jing Chuanling is just sending a flower caller. Wu Jingyan came over to look for him specifically. He actually gave Jing Yan 5 spirit stones. He was not trying to help Jing Yan at all, but was hitting Jing Yan's face. After Wu Jingyan's face changed slightly, and then resumed as usual, he reached out and took over 5 spirit stones. At this time, Jing Yan's heart was of course extremely angry, but he did not show his anger. After going from peak to valley, Jing Yan learned a lot. Even if there are only 5 spirit stones, he will continue, these 5 spirit stones will be of great help to him. In addition to the 2 spirit stones obtained in the previous test, there are 7 spirit stones in total, which can probably support him to return to the realm of martial arts quadruple heaven. Chuanling, brother, thank you. Jing Yan put away the spirit stone and said with a smile. Jing Yan, brother, don't be too disappointed. You also know that I am now in the realm of the 8th heaven of martial arts. The number of spiritual stones required for practice is a large number. Jing Chuan's eyes flickered. Of course, I do my best. Although I also need the spirit stone, Jing Yan, brother, you need, of course I will rush Jing Yan, brother, you to use. I understand your heart. Jing Yan nodded. I'll see you busy, so I won't stay much longer, talk next time. Jing Yan said again, then turned and walked out. Chuanling, what did Jing Yan come to you for? Wu Jingyan hadn't traveled far away. Some of the people sitting in the yard asked loudly. Nothing serious. Jing Chuanling waved. Oh, I heard it. The Jingyan seems to be asking you to borrow a spirit stone. Didn't you lend it to him? Don't lend it, I promise, there will be no return. One said with a smile. That is, Jing Yan's realm is constantly falling, and no amount of spirit stones is enough for him to spoil www.mtlnovel.com, so after a while, he will fall into an ordinary person. Where will he find the spirit stones? Back to you. Another voice came out. You didn't say it earlier, I lent him. Jing Chuanling's voice came. It's a pity my 5 spirit stones. Jing Chuanling then sighed again, as if she was very distressed. Chuanling, you are too. A sharp voice said, Jing Yan, anyway, once was the first genius of our Jing family, he came to you once, and you borrowed 5 spirit stones, you are not hit his face. I dare say, he certainly didn't accept your 5 spirit stones. You are wrong. 5 spirit stones, he took it directly. Well, I thought he would not accept my kind intentions, but I didn't expect it. I really regret it and lend him 5 a spirit stone. If I had known so, I would definitely take out only 1. Jing Chuanling's voice was extremely proud. These people actually know that Jing Yan hasn't gone far. Their voices are very loud. They can definitely be sure that Jing Yan can hear their conversation. However, they didn't care what Jing Yan heard. Wu Jingyan is past tense, even if it offends Jing Yan. Jing Yan left quickly, but there was a hint of coldness on his cheek. He silently read the name of everyone in Jingchuan Lingyuan at this time in his heart. Wait and see. You will regret such an insult to me today. Jing Yan gritted his teeth. If you do know the reason for his fall, Jing Yan may not be so confident, but now, it's only a matter of time before he rises again. Universal Sword God Chapter 6, Money-Making Plan. In the room, Jing Yanpan sat on the bed with his eyes closed. Under the operation of the first magic skill in the sky, the vitality in Jing Yan's body was flowing turbulently. In front of Jing Yan, there were 7 milky spirit stones. Insufficient vitality. The first magical power of the sky didn't run for the tea time, and Jing Yan felt weak. If there is no spirit stone, then Jing Yan needs to stop by then. But now, the spirit stone placed in front of Jing Yan is just for this moment. The swift action was rapid. Jing Yan took a spirit stone in his hand for the first time, and as the mind turned, the milky white spirit stone immediately released a faint halo. At the same time, the spirit contained in the spirit stone was quickly absorbed by Jing Yan's body. With the supply of vitality, the speed of the first magical power of the sky accelerated again. The vitality in the spirit stone continues to pour into Jing Yan's body, impacting the barriers of the realm. For Jing Yan, he has cultivated to the innate realm before, and he can be said to be very familiar with the martial arts Jiuzhong realm below the innate realm. Now there is the first magic skill of the sky, and the breakthrough of Jing Yan can be said that there are no obstacles. As long as he has enough vitality, he can make a splash. Time passed slowly. After an hour, Jing Yan began to absorb the second spirit stone. 2 hours passed, absorbing the third spirit stone. The sky gradually faded, and the night came. Wu Jingyan continued to cultivate, extremely quiet, and extremely focused. Until, dawn came. Boom! As soon as the first rays of sunlight came in through the window in the morning, a force suddenly surged out of Jing Yan's body. This force formed swirls throughout the room, and Jing Yan's clothes were blown up. About 2 or 3 breaths, the strength around Jing Yan's body gradually returned to peace. Ha! Wu Jingyan opened his eyes and glanced around slightly. A slight arc appeared at the corner of his mouth. Budo Fourfold Realm. Finally, the realm can be improved again. Before, Jing Yan could not prevent the fall of the realm no matter how hard he cultivated. And now, the feeling of ascension is back. This makes Jing Yan feel extremely happy, if it is not because in the family house, Jing Yan must make a long scream and express the stasis in his heart. 6 stones were used. Wu Jingyan looked at the 7 spirit stones that were originally placed in front of him. At this time, only 1 was left. The remaining 6 spirit stones used have been reduced to dust. Fortunately, Jingchuan Ling lent Jingyan 5 spirit stones. Otherwise, Jingyan didn't know where to go to find the 5 spirit stones, and he would not be able to return to the martial arts quartet so quickly. The realm has just broken through, and it needs to be consolidated a little bit. Jing Yan moved his mind slightly, picked up the last spirit stone, and continued to absorb it. Of course, Jing Yan can be consolidated even if he does not absorb spirit stones. After all, he has reached this state and is already familiar with it. He can easily control the strength of the body. However, consolidating is obviously a great benefit to Jing Yan. After the realm reached the 4th level of martial arts, Jing Yan absorbed the vitality in the spirit stone a lot faster. Originally, it took only 1 hour to absorb the energy in a spiritual stone. Now it takes less than half an hour, and 1 spiritual stone turned into dust in Jing Yan's hands. Reach the 4 realms of martial arts, you can use Shepin martial arts. Jing Yan pouted. Before his death, Jing Yan had learned several martial arts, including lower-grade martial arts, middle-grade martial arts, and top-grade martial arts. However, even if it is inferior martial arts, at least the martial arts must possess the realm of martial arts quartet. After Jing Yan fell to the triple sky, he could not use any kind of martial arts, because his vitality was not enough to support the power required to exert martial arts. Autumn Wind Fallen Sword. Although there is no weapon, this does not affect Jing Yan's skill in performing autumn wind and falling leaves. Okay. At the moment when Jing Yan cast the autumn wind and fallen leaves sword, he felt that the first magical power of the sky seemed to have a sense. Later, some hidden information was comprehended by Jing Yan. This is. Are you condensing the autumn wind and falling leaves sword? How is this possible? Although the autumn wind fallen sword, although it is a subordinate martial art, can also be trained by countless warriors, how can there be so many loopholes? After a few breaths, Jing Yan's face changed slightly, because from the information obtained from the first skill of the sky, the autumn wind and falling leaves sword had dozens of loopholes, which was amazing. Wu Qilfeng's deciduous sword is a subordinate martial art, cultivated by countless warriors, and also improved by countless warriors. If these loopholes had not been found clearly, Jing Yan would never believe that this sword technique had so many flaws. Try it. I have found these flaws and know how to improve and make up for them. However, before it was unclear what the improved autumn wind and deciduous sword might look like, Jing Yan was not sure whether his improvement would be beneficial or harmful to the martial arts itself. Hiss. Wu Jingyan took a long stick casually, and made a comparison in the room. Gradually, Jing Yan was fully integrated into the Shepin Wuxue autumn wind and falling sword. When he stopped and returned to reality, it was already 3 hours later. Too terrifying. It's amazing. www.mtlnovel.com. What is the first magic skill in the sky? Wu Jingyan exhaled a long breath. The autumn wind leaves the sword, today's power. I don't know how much it has been strengthened, but at least it has also been doubled. Jing Yan said in a low voice. Not only has the power of martial arts increased, but Jing Yan's insight has also improved a lot. Even when he was in the innate state, there were a lot of ambiguities, and at this time he was extremely clear. The improvement of insight directly affects Jing Yan's 5 senses. In the room, Jing Yan can even sense a few bugs hidden under a layer of soil in the courtyard. Go, earn Lingshire. After calming down, Jing Yan's face showed a smile, his eyes were slightly fixed, and he quickly left his room. Jing Yan had already planned how to earn the Spirit Stone before returning to the realm of the fourfold heaven of martial arts. While in the martial arts triple sky, he could not use martial arts, so there was no way. The basis of his method of earning spiritual stones is the fourfold realm of martial arts. Now, due to the improvement of the autumn wind and falling leaves, Jing Yan can earn spiritual stones faster. From the east to the west of the city, there is a huge mountain range, in which there are a large number of spirit beasts. Not only will the warriors in the east facing the city enter the mountains to hunt and kill spirit beasts, but the warriors in dozens of cities around the east facing the city will also enter this vast and incomparable mountain range. Hunting and killing spirit beasts is undoubtedly the best way for ordinary warriors to earn spirit beasts. P.S. Seek collection and recommendation tickets. Universal Sword God Chapter 7, Streamer. Not far from the Jingjia house, there is a Fengshi city. This Fengshi city is called the West District Fengshi City in the east. It is controlled by the Jingjia city and is actually an industry of the Jingjia city. There are a total of 4 Fengshi in the east of the city, namely Fengshi in the east, Fengshi in the west, Fang in the south, and Fang in the north. Shifangfang city is controlled by 4 families, which are also called the 4 major families of Donglenqing by many warriors. The Jing family is one of the 4 families. Tong Jingyan left Jingjia house and quickly entered the Fengshi city. He tried to avoid crowded places and took special paths, so he didn't attract much attention. Moreover, the number of warriors in Fang City is very large and dazzling. Even if the Jing family wants to recognize Jing Yan at a glance, it also requires high eyesight. Brilliant weapon shop. Wu Jingyan eventually stopped outside a weapon shop. Although this weapon shop has a very grand name, it is just a very humble weapon shop in Fengshi. Moreover, the location of the weapon shop is also very remote, and there are almost no warriors here. The business of the weapon shop is obviously not very good. After entering the weapon shop from Jing Yan, it was found that there was no guest who could see it. Inside the counter is a middle-aged man with a beard and a very rough look. Uncle Morning Star. Wu Jingyan smiled and greeted the middle-aged man behind the counter. This person, Jing Yan certainly knows, not only knows, but can be said to be very familiar. The middle-aged man's name is Jing Qinqing, who is also the Jing family. Jing Yan remembers that when he was a child, Jing Qinqing often held him in his arms. Jing Yan's memories of his father mostly came from Jing Qinqing's mouth. According to Jing Qinqing, he has a very good relationship with Jing Yan's father. Wu Jingyan doesn't have much memory of his father. When he was very young, his father disappeared. The family also searched for a long time, but in the end no trace of his father was found. After his father disappeared, Jing Yan's life basically grew up under the care of Jing Qinqing. Yun Jingchen Xing is also a very talented warrior, but a few years ago, Jing Qinqing suffered a serious injury. The end result was his life was saved, but one leg was lost. Since then, Jing Qinqing opened a weapon shop in Fengshi, and he also became a blacksmith. Jing Yan, why are you here? Jing Qinqing saw Jing Yan with a pleasant smile on his face, apparently a joy from his heart. Seeing Jing Qinqing's expression, Jing Yan couldn't help showing a bitterness in his heart. He didn't feel it. Because before, since his talent was dug, he was like a moon among the stars and arches in Jingjia, and countless people surrounded him. However, he rarely came to see the uncle Jing Qinqing. Looking back now, Jing Yan really felt that he was not something. After sighing gently, Jing Yan's eyes did not feel a little moist. Little guy, come over and show your uncle, he has grown a lot taller. Jing Qinqing walked out of the counter with a cane. Shi Jingchengxing also knows that Jing Yan's realm is constantly falling, and she has almost become a waste from a genius. However, his attitude towards Jing Yan was not indifferent because of this. Uncle Qinqing, isn't your business good here? Jing Yan walked in front of Jing Qinqing. Oh, it's not very good, but still live, hungry. I'm like this now, if the business is too good, I'm afraid I can't be too busy. Jing Qinqing waved and said indifferently. Jing Yan, come to me, is there something wrong? By the way, do you need a spiritual stone for cultivation? Wait, I'll get you some. Jing Qinqing said, and walked towards the counter again. Actually, Jing Qinqing's spirit stones are not many. Since his serious injury, he has only martial arts on the way and almost reached the end. Otherwise, he would not run this ordinary weapon shop. And this shop is unlikely to bring much benefit to Jing Qinqing. Even if he has some spiritual stones, he will not be much, and it is slowly accumulated. Uncle Qinqing, don't be busy. Jing Yan reached out to stop Jing Qinqing's movement. Wu Jingchengxing looked at Jing Yan with some doubt. Uncle Morning Star, I did find something for you, but I do want spirit stones. I plan to enter the Black Stone Mountains to hunt spirit beasts, so I need a weapon. My previous weapon has been taken back by the family. Jing Yan said. What? You want to enter the Black Rock Mountains? Jing Qinqing heard Jing Yan's words for a moment, then immediately shook his head. No, it is too dangerous. Jing Yan, if your martial arts realm has not fallen, enter the Black Rock for the sake of Experience Mountains, I will not stop you. But now, you must not enter the Black Rock Mountains. Sun Jing Qinqing's decisive way. His wounds were brought back in the Black Rock Mountains. The Black Rock Mountain is a huge mountain range that faces the west of the city in the east, which hides many extremely powerful spirit beasts. Even warriors in the innate realm do not dare to go too far into this mountain range. Now, Jing Yan has fallen into the martial arts triple sky. Of course, Jing Qinqing is not assured that Jing Yan entered the mountains to kill spirit beasts. Uncle Morningstar, I've considered it clearly, I won't make fun of my own life. You can rest assured that I am mostly at the periphery of the mountains. If I encounter an incompetent spirit beast, I will definitely avoid it the first time. Uncle, don't you want me to go down like this, right? I myself www.mtlnovel.com don't be reconciled. Jing Yan condensed. Sun Jingchen stared at Jing Yan, heard Jing Yan say these words. Jing Qinqing groaned for a moment. Finally, he nodded slowly. Jing Yan, you have this ambition, I am very happy. Okay, I will give you a weapon, but you must remember what you said, you must be careful. Yes. Jing Yan answered with a smile on his face. Jing Yan, hold this sword, you take it. Jing Qinqing took out a dark sword from a wooden box. When Jing Yan saw this sword, his breath was slightly frozen. Not because of how good this sword is, but because this sword has been a carry weapon of Jing Qinqing before. The name of the long sword is called Liuguang sword. Jing Yan knows what this sword means to Jing Qinqing, but now Jing Qinqing has given it to himself. Receive it. Jing Qinqing did not respond to seeing Jing Yan for a long time. Uncle Morning Star. Jing Yan still didn't know if he should accept the streamer. Jing Yan, it has no use to me anymore, in your hands, there will be greater use. Jing Qinqing said with a smile and looked at Jing Yan. Wu Jingyan stretched out his hands and took over the streamer. The streamer sword is a top-quality weapon. In terms of quality, of course, it is not as good as the best weapon that Jing Yan once had, but for current Jing Yan, using this top-quality weapon is more than enough. Of course, the value of a top-quality weapon is also very considerable. In the Jing family, only some high-level warriors are eligible to use top-quality weapons. Universal Sword God Chapter 8, One-Hit Kill. I am in the entire Jing family now, I am afraid that there is no second person willing to send a top-quality weapon to Jing Yan. Thank you Uncle Qinqing. After Jing Yan took the streamer, he solemnly bowed to Jing Qinqing. Smelly boy, are you polite with me? Jing Qinqing patted on Jing Yan's shoulder and smiled. Uncle Qinqing, then I'm gone. Jing Yan said goodbye to Jing Qinqing. Go, remember, you have to be careful. Also, there are no obstacles that you can't get through. You see, although your uncle is disabled, he still lives well. People cannot live in the eyes of others in this life. The most important thing is not to let others' words or eyesight affect themselves. Jing Qinqing said intently. He was really worried about Jing Yan, who was afraid Jing Yan couldn't stand the cynicism. He also felt that Jing Yan's sudden entry into the Black Rock Mountains to kill spirit beasts was also forced by those cold words. He knows the strength of Jing Yan now. With this strength, he has entered the Black Rock Mountains. If he wants to hunt and kill spirit beasts, even the lowest level one, there are many difficulties. However, he did not forcibly prevent Jing Yan from entering the Black Rock Mountains. Jing Yan needed to understand some truth by himself. Some truths, Jing Yan can understand without being told by others. Many times, you need to realize it yourself. After leaving the splendid weapon shop, Jing Yan prepared a lot of dry food, and kept out of the east to the city, marching towards the Black Rock Mountains. In the evening, Jing Yan officially entered the Black Rock Mountains. The Luan Mountains are very large, so although there are many warriors hunting spirit beasts in the Black Rock Mountains, it is not easy to meet other warriors. Wu Jingyan swam for more than half an hour on the outskirts of the mountains and did not see any other martial arts. Of course, in this periphery, the number of spirit beasts is relatively scarce. For more than half an hour, I didn't even see a spirit beast. Not in a hurry. The dry food I brought was enough for 1 month to eat, take your time. Jing Yanpan sat on the trunk of a large tree and added some dry food and cold water while resting. Okay. Suddenly, Jing Yan's eyes lightened slightly. He quickly wiped the corners of his mouth, then stood up and looked in one direction. Is the Fang wolf? Tong Jingyan squinted his eyes, sniffed, and a smile appeared in the corner of his mouth. Finally here. Jing Yan leaped forward and jumped down from the big tree, then he held his breath and quickly covered in that direction. After practicing the first skill of the sky, Jing Yan's 5 senses were improved too much, so although he was still far away from this Fang-tooth wolf, Jing Yan judged that there was a Fang-tooth wolf from the smell. This Fang-tooth wolf did not make any noise at this time. If it was changed to other martial arts, even the martial arts 7th or even the 7th martial arts might not be able to find the trace of the Fang wolf like Jing Yan. It really is a Fang-tooth wolf. Soon, Jing Yan saw this Fang-tooth wolf. The Fang wolf is a first-class spirit beast, and its strength is not too strong, but it is not easy for the warriors in the martial arts quadruple realm to hunt the Fang wolf. The martial arts of the martial arts quadruple realm will usually team up with several people to join forces to slay first-level spirit beasts such as Fang Fang. Wu Jingyan did not launch an attack immediately after seeing the Fang wolf, because the Fang wolf also had a keen sense of smell. If he rushed forward, the Fang wolf might escape. The speed of the Fang-tooth wolf is also extremely fast. With Jing Yan's current state, it is definitely not easy to chase the mad-escaping Fang-tooth wolf. Wu Jingyan, waiting for an opportunity. It's now. It took dozens of breathing times for Jing Yan to suddenly burst into motion, his vitality running, holding a streamer, and rushing towards the Fang's wolf like lightning. The Fang-tooth wolf is not very large. A pair of huge fangs in the mouth makes it look very fierce. The opportunity for Ji Jingyan to wait is the moment when the Fang-tooth wolf bowed its head. As soon as Jing Jingyan moved, the Fang wolf responded instantly, and he quickly raised his head. However, a little time has been wasted from looking down to looking up, and this short time is enough to bring Jing Yan close to it. The Fang wolf raised his head and a pair of turquoise eyes, and saw the human Jing Yan who rushed over. The Fang wolf found Jing Yan. He did not choose to escape, but instead pedaled the ground with 4 hoofs, opened his mouth and rushed towards Jing Yan. In Jing Yan's eyes, although the speed of the Fang wolf was very fast, he found that he could see every movement of the Fang wolf, even the actions that the Fang wolf had not made yet. Judge it. Autumn wind falling sword. Jing Yan didn't think about how he saw the action of the Fang-tooth wolf at this time. He instinctively performed his sword skills. Suddenly at the moment his sword skills spurred him, the streamer sword in Jing Yan's hand stabbed subconsciously towards a place in front of the Fang-tooth wolf. Streaming sword, piercing the Fang wolf's chest with great precision. And the Fang wolf, the whole body, jerked up fiercely, sending out a miserable howl. www.ntlnovel.com. Blood came out from its chest like a fountain. Tong Jingyan withdrew his arm and the streamer retreated, but the Fang wolf slammed on the ground and stirred up a layer of dust. Woohoo! In the nostril of the Fang-tooth wolf, there is only exhaled air, but no inhaled air. Wu Jingyan waited for a while, and the Fawn Wolf was completely dead. Jing Yan could feel that the vitality of Fawn Wolf was completely exhausted. What's going on? Jing Yan recalled that the whole process of hunting the Fang-toothed wolf by himself was still unbelievable. Why? Because it's too easy. To be honest, Jing Yan never thought that it would be so easy to hunt fawn wolves. After he found fawn wolves, he was ready to fight with fawn wolves. Although his autumn wind and fallen leaves sword skills have made great progress, although there is a high-grade weapon such as streamer sword, but the Fang-toothed wolf is a spirit beast after all, how can it be easy to kill the Fang-toothed wolf? The ordinary martial arts quadruple-level martial arts warrior, even a small team of 5 people, is not easy to kill the Fang-toothed wolf. At least half a tea time is required to fight. But Jingyan said that it was just a light sword, without any trace of muddy water, he would kill the first-level spirit beast Fang. Did I have good luck and happen to hit the Fang wolf's dead point? Jing Yan looked at Fawn Wolf's bleeding wound and shook his head slightly. It is not difficult to leave a wound on a Fang-toothed wolf, but it is extremely difficult to kill the Fang-toothed wolf. The vitality of the spirit beast is extremely strong. Even a first-level spirit beast does not simply leave a wound on its body. Can be killed. Universal Sword God Chapter 9, Awful Prediction. The bodies of most spirit beasts, not only lower-level ones, but also higher-level ones, have dead points. This is not only known by Jing Yan, but also by most warriors. I know that Guei knows that it is extremely difficult to really find the dead cave of the beast and hit the dead cave. Because you know that the spirit beast has a dead point, and the spirit beast also knows its own dead point. During the process of killing, the spirit beast will try to avoid being hit by the dead point. This time Jing Yan's fight with the fawn wolf, Jing Yan hit a hit and directly killed the fawn wolf, apparently hitting the dead cave of fawn wolf. Otherwise, the fawn wolf will not die so easily, which is exactly where Jing Yan doubts. I know that even when he was in the congenital realm before, it was hard to hit the dead toothed wolf in one hit. Of course, Jing Yan's instinct realm wants to kill a first-level spirit beast. The problem is that it is difficult for him to cut and kill the spirit beast. It seems that I'm really lucky. Tong Jingyan's eyes flashed, and he bent over and started to work. The most valuable of the Fang-toothed wolf is undoubtedly that pair of sharp and huge fangs. According to the market price of Donglin City, this pair of fangs is worth at least 5 spirit stones. In addition to the fangs, the whole fawn wolf's body is worth less than 1 spirit stone. After digging out the fangs, he put them into the animal skin package, and Jing Yan quickly left. As for the corpse of fawn wolf, Jing Yan will certainly not take it away. He intends to stay in the Black Rock Mountains for 1 month. The spirit beast to be killed is definitely not 1 or 2. If all the corpses are carried, it will not be exhausted here. Therefore, we can only take the second step and take away the most valuable thing from the spirit beast. Wu Jingyan cautiously walked around the mountains. At the time of Zanjian tea, Jing Yan found a trace of the Fang-toothed wolf again. But this time, it wasn't just one fawn wolf, but 2 fawn wolves moving together. If it was the case that 2 fangs were together before killing the first fang, they were afraid Jing would choose to give up. Fighting with 2 fangs and wolves is too dangerous. The martial arts of Wudao Wutian realm may not dare. The martial arts soldiers in the 6th heaven realm of martial arts are also very fragile. Once they are hit by the fangs or claws, they will certainly be wounded. However, the previous process of killing the fawn wolf was too smooth and easy, which made Jing Yan can't help but want to try it. If you see Ant do it, run away immediately. Although the speed of the fawn wolf is fast, Jing Yan's martial arts 4-level realm runs in a short period of time, and you should be able to throw off the fawn wolf. Fawn wolf, die. After waiting quietly for a while, Jing Yan burst out his eyes and rushed towards the 2 fangs. With 2 fangs wolves, human Jing Yan was discovered at about the same time. The Fang-toothed wolf's green eyes stared at Jing Yan, with a roar in his mouth, his tail suddenly raised, his muscles tightened, and he bitten toward Jing Yan sharply. Streaming sword, dragging the black sword shadow, thorn to the left Fang-toothed wolf. At the same time, Jing Yan's body bent sharply. The right-handed fangs and wolf claws almost caught Jing Yan's waist. Streamer sword, extremely precise, pierced the chest position of the left fang-toothed wolf, pierced with a sword. He didn't hesitate, Jing Yan's arm shrank, and he took back the streamer sword, bringing up a puff of blood. The Fang wolf on the right saw the blood spurting from his companion, and he couldn't afford to fall to the ground. His grey long hair was upright in an instant. Then the 4 hoofs slammed on the ground and fled away quickly. Want to leave? Jing Yan's eyes were full of glory, and the streamer sword in his hand stabbed towards the escaping fang-toothed wolf at the fastest speed. If there is an outsider at this time, he will frown, because Jing Yan's position of the sword in his hand does not seem to run towards the body of the Fang's wolf. Gives the impression that this sword will definitely fail. However, after the blink of an eye, this escaping fang-toothed wolf made a miserable howl, and his chest was also pierced by a streamer sword. How is this going? The actions that did according to Jing Yan should not be able to hit the fang-toothed wolf, let alone the location of the dead point, that is, any part of the fang-toothed wolf's entire body should not be touched. But it turned out that the sword hit the dead wolf's dead point with extreme precision. Who can think of this result? Sure enough. Wu Jingyan's eyes flashed, he knew what was going on. At the same time he was out of the sword, he already felt the next movement of the fang-toothed wolf. This is like being able to know the prophet in advance and know what has not happened in advance. Mastered the next escape route of the fang-toothed wolf, and was almost clear about the movement of the fang-toothed wolf's body, which is equivalent to holding a long sword, waiting for the fang-toothed wolf to hit the long sword by itself. He looks as if he is committing suicide. Of course, if Jing Yan's sword stopped, but the Fang wolf's body stopped completely, then the sword will definitely fail. www.ntlnovel.com. But, even if Fang wolf knows that he will die, in that case, it will also can't stop. Driven by tremendous power, its body has an inertia, which makes it difficult to change its movements in time. Slap 2 swords, clean, and kill 2 first-level spirit beast fangs. The first magic skill of the sky is simply too powerful. With the cultivation of the 4 levels of martial arts in my martial arts, killing the first-level spirit beast is as easy as killing chickens and slaughtering dogs. Jing Yan's eyes narrowed slightly. When he was hunting the first Fang wolf, he was not sure, but now he has determined that this is the credit for the first magic skill of the sky. If you say that even killing 3 fangs is luck, that luck is too bad. Jing Yan can now be sure that this is the ability that the first magic skill of the sky brought him. The 5 senses have been elevated to an extremely powerful position, and he can pre-select to determine the next action of the fang-toothed wolf. After digging out the tusks of both fangs and wolves for income parcels, Jing Yan quickly left the scent. 3 pairs of fangs, worth 15 spirit stones, it only took about an hour. How many people have to envy to die at such a speed? Tong Jingyan pursed his lips and was full of motivation. According to this speed of earning spiritual stones, for 1 month, the earned spiritual stones are likely to be enough for him to return to the 7th heaven realm of Budo. Even if it is not enough to support him to return to the 7th level of martial arts, there is absolutely no problem in returning to the 6th level of martial arts. In the twilight, Jing Yan was almost silent, walking like a ghost between trees, observing all movements in the surrounding environment. Universal Sword God Chapter 10, Wind Shadow Wolf. Time flies, Jing Yan has been in the Black Rock Mountains for 3 days. In these 3 days, Jing Yan hunted and killed 16 fangs, 3 double-headed snakes and 7 red-horned tigers. So far, the spirit beasts hunted by Jing Yan are all first-level spirit beasts. However, the total value of the resources obtained has exceeded 100 spirit stones. In the past 3 days, I have earned more than 100 spirit stones, which is the martial arts of the 7th heaven and the 8th heavenly martial arts. The animal skin on his back also became slightly bulging. According to this hunting speed, Jing Yan may take up to 10 days, and the package will be filled with various resources. Wu Jingyan originally planned to stay in the Black Rock Mountains for a month, but what he didn't expect was that the efficiency of hunting spirit beasts would be so high. According to previous thoughts, in a month, he is unlikely to hunt so many first-level spirit beasts. At this point, Jing Yan has penetrated into the Black Rock Mountains for dozens of miles. Although here is also the periphery of the whole mountain, there are more spirit beasts moving in this area than when Jing Yan first entered the mountains. As soon as Wu Jingyan sat on a big tree and ate some dry food and water, he heard a faint sound. His face suddenly changed, he stood up sharply, and looked around nervously. This voice is not unfamiliar to Jing Yan, and it is precisely because he knows what spirit beast is making this voice. The voice came again, this time much clearer. Wu Jingyan frowned, and the flowing sword was raised in his hand. It's the Wind Shadow Wolf. How can it happen? How can there be a Wind Shadow Wolf here? Jing Yan's thoughts turned in his mind, his expression dignified. Howling Shadow Wolf is a secondary spirit beast, very rare. It is even rarer to use the Wind Wolf in the Black Rock Mountains. Therefore, Jing Yan did not expect at all that he would meet Fengying Wolf here. When encountering Fengying Wolf, let alone Jing Yan, a martial artist in the martial arts quadruple realm, or a martial arts soldier in the martial arts realm, will be nervous. In the Black Rock Mountains, there are not a small number of martial arts soldiers who died in the hands of Fengying Wolf. The biggest feature of the Howling Shadow Wolf is not how strong its attack is. If you want to attack, the attack power of the Wind Shadow Wolf may not be as good as that of the Tooth Wolf. However, the speed of Fengying Wolf is several times that of Feng Wolf. The origin of the name Fengying Wolf is related to its speed. Some solitary warriors encountered Fengying Wolf in the Black Rock Mountains, and even died without seeing each other's appearance. In addition to the extraordinary speed, the characteristics of the Howling Shadow Wolf are that its call is very strange. If you don't know it, you think this call belongs to some kind of small animal. But for Jing Yan, he was a congenital power, and of course he has seen Wuying Wolf. Wu Jingyan jumped gently from the trunk, held the streamer in front of him, and licked his lips gently. Howling Shadow Wolf is extremely dangerous, but if it can be killed, the benefits are also extremely huge. The fur of Fengying Wolf is very peculiar, and can be used to make a costume. A warrior wearing this costume can have a certain increase in speed. Because of its scarcity, this has caused the price of Fengying Wolf fur to be astonishing. Most third-level spirit beasts are not as valuable as Fengying Wolf. Moreover, Fengying Wolf is a rare low-level spirit beast with higher wisdom. Wind Shadow Wolf can judge the strength of the warrior according to the breath of the warrior. If it is a strong warrior, Fengying Wolf will flee immediately when it encounters it. It hunts for lonely and weak warriors. The Jingyan at this time was obviously caught by a Fengying Wolf. Otherwise, he could not hear the special cry of Fengying Wolf. A gas wave rushed, and within the sight of Jing Yan, a lightning-like cyan shadow was seen attacking from the side. Streaming sword, stabbed like lightning, with a sword shadow. The cyan shadow flashed away and disappeared in front of Jing Yan. A few cyan hairs slid slowly in the air, Jing Yan's eyes were condensed, and he stared at the cyan hairs to land slowly. It's too fast, this sword of mine actually cut off only a few hairs of Fengying Wolf. Jing Yan secretly said. However, Jing Yan was much quieter because of his ability to perceive him so that he could see the figure of Fengying Wolf clearly. Just after a Fengying Wolf attack, Jing Yan fully understood the figure of Fengying Wolf galloping over. If it is an ordinary martial arts quadruple realm warrior, in the face of such an attack, it may already be dead. Even if it is not dead, it will be seriously injured, and it is impossible to survive the next sneak attack of Fengying Wolf. Tong Jingyan stood under the tree and remained motionless. After dozens of breathing times, Jing Yan still looked like a sculpture. After the first attack of Fengying Wolf, the beast did not make any sound, but Jing Yan didn't think Fengying Wolf had left. Fengying Wolf is an extremely cunning spirit beast. It has been shaved by a hair by Jing Yan with a sword. It must be more angry. It will not easily give up the prey of Jing Yan. There is a great possibility that it is waiting. With a good opportunity for the next attack www.ntlnovel.com. This beast can bear patience. Jing Yan's eyes froze slightly. He can feel that Fengying Wolf is still somewhere nearby. The streamer in my hand was gently lowered, and the muscles of the whole body were also relaxed a lot. Wu Jingyan's action was, of course, intentional, and he was seducing the Fengying Wolf to take the initiative to attack. Jing Yan knew that if he had been on high alert, Feng Wolf might have been waiting. The beast's patience was famous. Jing Yan heard that once there was a martial arts soldier in the sixth heaven realm who was tracked by a wind shadow wolf for 3 days in the Black Rock Mountains. When he was about to leave the Black Rock Mountains, he could not help but relax a lot. Alert, that is, at this time, Feng Wolf attacked him again, and he finally died under this attack of Feng Wolf. Wu Jingyan didn't want to be followed by a Feng Wolf. At the same time as Jing Yan's body relaxed, the cyan shadow reappeared. Animals are animals. Although wisdom is good, it is not as good as human beings. Jing Yan's mouth narrowed, and the streamer stabbed quickly. The black sword light brought a series of afterimages and made a harsh frictional sound. This time, Jing Yan completely saw the appearance of Feng Wolf. Feng Wolf does not have huge fangs, and its size is about 1/3 the size of fawn wolves. Its main attack method is a pair of sharp claws. This pair of sharp claws is as dark as ink with a toxin on it. If an ordinary warrior is swept by the sharp claws, even if only a little skin is broken on the body, they will be poisoned, resulting in sluggish movements and mental weakness.